Today I'm going to be making the Mr. Kipling apple pie sponge cake mix. This was sent to us from Dr. J in the UK, so thank you, Dr. J. I'm going to be using for the topping Hershey's caramel topping. So what you need for this cake mix, you need 2 eggs, 5 tablespoons of vegetable oil, 125 milliliters of semi-skim milk. You need to preheat your oven to 180 degrees Celsius. That is 356 degrees American Fahrenheit. You need a lined pan. This is an 8-inch baking pan. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our milk and our eggs and our vegetable oil, and you're going to mix them together in here. Then you're going to open your box and you're going to take out the mix and pour this into a bowl. Ooh, and there's pieces. That must be the apple pieces. And then the mixture that we just stirred, I'm going to pour it in on top and mix it together. Once you've mixed it well, you just want to pour it into your prepared pan. And it has a lot of chunks in it, as you can see. Okay, now I'm gonna let this bake for 30 to 35 minutes. I'll probably set it for 33 minutes, and then we'll take it out and see how it looks. So the cake, I just took it out of the oven after 33 minutes. I am going to let it cool off a little bit before I add the caramel. I want it to be warm but not too hot, because if it's incredibly hot, Kevin said it'll just run off and it won't do any good. So I'm probably gonna wait about 15 minutes and then put the caramel sauce on. Okay, I am going to take this out of the pan. It's been 15 minutes. And I just need to go around the edge because we put that piece of parchment on the bottom, but we didn't put any on the edges, so it still wants to stick to the edge. There we go. So it should come out now. There we go. See how it sticks to the side in there? It's not a big deal just to edge it with the knife. And so I'm going to put this on a plate and scooch it to the middle. It smells wonderful. I have my Hershey's caramel, and I'm going to just pour it. There we go, that looks good. So let's cut into it and see how it looks. There we go, it looks perfect. Looks very well baked. So we'll take this over to the table and give it a try. So I'm glad I waited 15 minutes. It still is warm, but the caramel has stayed on. It didn't all run off.
It ran really well.
Yeah. It smells wonderful. I want to taste the cake. You're doing the same thing I'm doing. I want to taste it without the caramel. Just the cake itself. I did get a piece of apple in that bite though.
The apple, it's dried apple. The bad thing is some of it didn't like reconstitute well. It's like still kind of hard.
Right.
Did you get that too? I've gotten some harder pieces of apple, like they're still really dry.
It's a little tough.
Yeah. It's not bad. It's not like a deal breaker or anything, but it is. They're a little tougher than like pieces of apple.
I love the flavor of it, and I love the flavor of it with the caramel. It's a nice caramel apple. Even though I didn't buy salted caramel, it's still, that caramel goes so well with that apple.
It does. The caramel makes it.
It does. The cake is very, very fluffy. It's a nice fluffy cake. And I know when I've made 2 Mr. Kipling cakes previously, and people were quick to let me know that they're not actually made by the Mr. Kipling factory, but they put their name on them. That's typical here. Yeah, I mean, they do that here with brands all the time. Is, you know,
sometimes it's like, why in the world would you stick your name on?
Yeah, sometimes, yeah. And for example, the Godiva pudding. It's like, why in the world would Godiva put their name on this horrific pudding? Because it's awful. And they still sell it, and it's terrible. But this is actually really good.
This is good.
So no, it might not be made at the Mr. Kipling factory, but I still think it's very good, and I think it's something for them to be proud of. I don't mind it at all. I think it has a good flavor.
Like I said, the only problem I had was what it is it's the skin of the apple is still kind of tough.
Right.
The apple piece themselves feel pretty decent, but it's when you get the little piece of skin, they're kind of tough in there. So, so anyway.
Yeah.
It's kind of.
I have a little bit of that
the
right
little
now.
skin stuff, but the apple itself is really tender. But with the caramel sauce makes it. I wouldn't want to necessarily eat the cake by itself.
No, I do like it with the
definitely
caramel
makes
sauce. And like I said in the very beginning of the video, this box, I'm really glad that it gave the caramel as a suggestion, because the other Mr. Kipling, one of them was the Bakewell, and the other one, neither one of them gave any suggestions.
Yeah, they showed it in the picture.
Right. And so I had to guess at what to use. So I'm really glad that this actually wrote it out on the back. But this is a very good cake mix. Just know that you're going to get some little tougher pieces of apple. So thank you, Dr. J, for sending this to us, and thanks for watching.